So this is really, really simple. What we're going to do is we're going to find the white, orange and blue corner. Just for this example, you can obviously start with whichever piece you want, but in this example, it's going to be white, orange, blue. Now, what we want to do is find the other white and orange corner. So luckily, ours is here. So all we want to do is we want to get this piece rotated. So how do we do that? If we move it this way, it ends up on the top layer, but it's in the wrong spot. If we go down, it ends up down here. But if you notice, we've got no other white pieces on the top, so we haven't got to preserve anything. It doesn't matter if we use these back two slots, we can do whatever we want with them because there's no white pieces in it. We haven't solved anything yet. So all we're going to do, if you've got this case, we can bring it down so it's on the bottom layer. We can then rotate it so it's back here, and we can just bring it up to make a pair. So we've got the two white pieces on top and we've got two orange pieces here. So that one is now solved. Now what we're going to do is rotate our cube around and we'll solve this piece. This piece should be white and green. White and green. So we want to find the other white and green piece, which is here. And we need to get this up here somehow. We can't go like this because white is on the wrong side. And if we go like this, we knock this piece out of the way. Remember, these are solved. This is correct. So, how do we get this up here without ruining this bit? And the easiest way to think about this is to move it out of the way. We can now bring this piece up, and then we can bring these ones back. Let me just undo that move. So, try and picture this in your head. We move this one up, but it breaks this pair. So why don't we move this pair out of the way, bring this one up, and then bring the pair back. Really simple. And that's the way I like to try and get this across. So we need to learn how the pieces interact with each other, how they move around the cube, and then it becomes sort of intuitive. Rather than just giving you algorithms and telling you this is why we do it, we need to find out how the pieces move and how it affects the rest of the puzzle. So, we've got one more slot to do. Here, we just need to look around the cube until we find the other white piece. And again, if we move this up to make the pair, we ruin this one. So, how do we get around that? We move it out of the way. So we've moved them out of the way. We can bring this piece up to create the pair, and then we bring this pair back up. Really simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scramble the cube again and we'll do it one more time. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to start with, I'll tell you what, let's start with white, green and orange. So we need to find the white and green piece to go in here. So, here it is. So we're going to hold it beneath where we want it to go. So we want it to go up here, so we need to hold it down here. And again, if we move it like this, we're knocking this piece out of the way. So let's move this bit back. We can bring this one up, and then we can bring it back to create a pair. Now let's rotate our cube so that we've got a free slot here in the bottom right corner of the top layer. And what should it be? It should be white and red. So let's rotate our cube until we find the white and red piece. Here it is. We're going to hold it beneath where we want it to go. And again, we can't just go up. We need to move our pair out of the way. Now we can bring it up, and now we can bring our pair back. And that solved that one. Now, this one's a little bit harder because it's on the bottom. We can't just go like this. Again, we're ruining this, but it's in the wrong slot. It should be on top, not on front. We can't do a U2, or we can't do an R2, sorry, because it shouldn't be here either. So how do we solve this one? What we want to do, this is where we're going to have to follow an algorithm. If we do R prime to bring it back here, if we now do D2 to put it over here, we move the white back, making sure it's still solved, which it is. But all we've done is we've moved it from down here where the green one is to on the front. And we know this algorithm, we can't go like that, but we can move these to the back, bring this piece up to create the pair, and then bring our original pair back down. And that is how we solve the first layer of the 2x2 using the beginner's method. I'll do it one more time. Okay, this time we're going to go a little bit faster, and we're going to start with the white, blue and red corner. So I'm going to look for white and blue, which is down here. I'm going to hold it beneath where I want it to go, and I'm just going to move it in. Next, we've got white and orange. So we need to find the white and orange piece, which is over here. Always hold your white ones facing up, your white top layer pointing upwards. And we need to get this piece over here. So what we can do, because this slot at the back is empty, if we just put this down here, we can just do an R2 to bring it up. You don't have to worry about ruining anything back here, because the piece that's back here isn't solved anyway, it's yellow. We can just bring it up. And our last one is white and green. So it's over here, rotate it beneath where it needs to go. And now I want to do the same algorithm as before, which was R prime, D2, R, and that puts it on this layer. And then we can just bring our pair out, bring this one up, and then bring our pair back. So that is step one. We've solved the white face, now on to step two.